Hello and welcome to another video from Sustenance and Covering, the only YouTube channel you need to not only survive the current apocalypse but actually enjoy it. And today we're going to talk again about stealth food in your yard. Now this is a brown turkey fig, and a lot of people have never seen a fig tree in their life because it's just not standard issue food for a lot of people. You know, figs rarely make it into the grocery store, especially fresh, but some people do know. And just like your food storage system, the anti-terror says that after SH is the F, do not be surprised if people show up at your door to take your food storage from out of your house. And don't be surprised if they're wearing U.S. military uniforms and police uniforms. And of course you will still have the standard citizens patrol coming by to get your food as well. But if they don't recognize something as food, you may get to keep it. And that's what this is all about. This is a papaya. I never would have imagined that a papaya tree could be grown outside in the ground. I saw this little papaya tree at the farmer's market, and an elderly Asian woman was selling it. When I asked her if this could grow in the ground, she said she had a tree in her yard that was 20 feet tall and produced fruit, and I was welcome to come look at it. So we did. And sure enough, she had a huge papaya tree in her yard. And that's not all she had. Her yard in the suburbs, surrounded by thousands of people with standard issue lawns, had a papaya tree, as well as an entire forest of food plants. And here's another little papaya. Even though that one looks kind of sickly, I think it's actually the healthiest one I've got. But you could barely walk around her yard. It was just absolutely crammed with food plants. And she was, like I say, an elderly Asian woman. She's a Buddhist. And it's hard to believe, but I have only met 3 elderly Asian Buddhist women in my life. Well, one of them was ex-Buddhist. She was a Jehovah's Witness. But all 3 of them had food forest in their yards in the suburbs. Now this is a pomegranate. When I told my mom that this lady said a pomegranate would grow outdoors, my mom said that her neighbor had one and they used to pick them. Go by the fence and just pick them off the tree. Now that's what I call lost knowledge. And it's the kind of knowledge that could save people's lives, but people don't care. People are living their lives as though the world's going to go on forever. Now I'm not going to lie to you. I've got a food storage system that can be pilfered. And I have a lot of fruit trees that everybody recognizes, like oranges and apples. But I've made a point of filling my yard with other kind of plants that people wouldn't recognize as food. This is called daylilies flower. This lady kept telling me about daylilies flowers and how much food was on them. You can eat the roots, you can eat the young leaves, and they make a flour that she stir fries that she said tastes so sweet. When I saw it, I asked her, "Have you ever heard of a daylily?" She said, "Yes, I tell you, daylilies flower." I'm not trying to make fun of her accent, but she's got a really, really strong accent. But she also has an incredible knowledge of plants, especially edible plants. And since I've been to her house, she has come here with loads and loads of bad produce that she's gotten from other vendors. She takes it home, gets the seeds out and plants them, and brings me what's left to throw in my yard for my chickens. So I've got this area here. You can see old orange peels and stuff like that, where we throw all of the rotten produce. And if you go to her house, she has literally thousands of little pots with sticks growing out of them, either pecan trees or peach trees, things of that nature. And she sells them for practically nothing. And so I have been loading up with trees. Here's a tree over here she sold me for $10. It's a peach tree that she grew from a seed. I'm really not too sure about this Buddhist stuff, but I definitely like their way of living. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me.